The Betrayed.
Welcome back to The Betrayed. I'm Gina Beck.
This is Drew Williams.
Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We appreciate y'all, especially the reviews on Apple Podcasts. It really means a lot.
Yeah, and like always, thank you again for the continued support, the continued engagement, and that hashtag Banana Cats.
How are you, Drew?
I'm all right, G. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Came back from Oregon, got robbed. Don't recommend to go to that waterfall spot because they need to get that under control. We'll put a
Sorry to
link in the
laugh.
description. I don't really want to talk about it a bunch here because I've been talking about it, but if you guys want to see what happened, we'll leave a link in the description. Blah blah blah. Something I want to talk about that caught my attention because I actually think this is really cool. Sometimes we don't talk about cool things because the world is messed up and we talk about a lot of messed up stuff. But this is really cool. It has to do with social media though. Instagram is adding Amber Alerts to their feed to help find missing children. I thought that was cool to implement that. Now, I guess what they're doing is, according to Tech Radar, when an Amber Alert is activated by the police, like how we get them on our phones, a new post will appear in your Instagram feed. It'll just randomly appear like an ad would, but it'll be that. And I think that's neat because it's more eyes on their picture, and you never know when you'll see that kid in the back of a car or in a Walmart or at a gas station, you know?
No, it's great. I can remember reading people talking about doing something like that a few years ago, and it's good to see that it's being implemented, especially on a platform like Instagram.
Yeah, I guess it's being tested right now. So when Instagram tests things, a random amount of people get that after their update. Some people don't, some people do. If you have it right now, because I guess it's rolled out, if you have it, let us know in the comments. I don't have it yet, but it's going to be cool to see because the Amber Post will have a photograph of the child, a brief description of where they were last seen, and any other information. You'll be able to share it just like any other post. Provides numbers, how to contact them, all sorts of stuff.
It's an updated version of the already Amber Alerts. It's a more modern version because you'll have the pictures right there instantly instead of just seeing the text message or something like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and with the number of people who use Instagram and even Facebook, it's I don't know. Some people are like, "Oh, those are dying social media platforms," but the number of people that use them and sign up daily is still a lot. So having this implemented to where, I follow a page. It's called Missing Children on Instagram. They're a great page. We'll link them below. But they're like the only ones that I see that is a bigger page that's actively doing stuff like that. So I just think this is really cool. I hope more social media platforms just randomly do this because when you're randomly scrolling and you just see that, sometimes we have photogenic memory and we'll be out and about and maybe we'll remember that. And I just think that's dope.
No, it's really, really cool. And hopefully, like you said, it's almost like a domino effect. Instagram sees it and then more social media picks it up from there on out. Like maybe it'll just be a everyone does it type of thing, which is very, very good. It literally could be life saving.
Yeah, because it doesn't take much and it doesn't hurt people who are scrolling. Just scroll past it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard those weird comments that people get angry about the text messages and stuff like that because it does, it lights up the entire room if you got a room full of cell phones and stuff like that. But I mean, if it was your
Right, a
kid
real Amber
or
Alert?
something, yeah, yeah, they're super loud.
It's so
But I
annoying.
mean, if it's your
This
child
is
or your
not annoying
niece,
though, you're just scrolling, right? So that I guess that's less annoying. It targets where you live. So it's not like you're gonna get an Amber Alert for New York when you're in Ohio. It only targets your whereabouts and where you live. So you're only gonna get them based off your location.
that's how it works. At least the text messages do in California. It has like a broad range of counties. I don't think it hits the whole state unless it's one of those, I guess, super
Yeah, yeah,
Amber
yeah, yeah.
Alerts or something like that.
Yeah.
They're talking about setting up another thing like an Amber Alert, but something that would, I think we talked about setting something up that would trigger earlier because there's so many requirements for Amber Alerts. So it'd be interesting to see
Hmm.
what this if it has a lot of success, if it makes an even better system.
Yeah, I hope it does, and I hope it's just randomly implemented into other platforms, and then it's used on a with a wider audience.
Yeah, absolutely. And this kind of gives me a good transition, I guess, to as far as good news can be on our podcast. Some of you might have already seen this article, maybe on our Facebook page, because Gina told me she actually shared it just earlier. The article I read came out of ABC 7 Los Angeles. It was dated March 31st, and the title read 70 missing children rescued in West Texas as part of Operation Lost Souls. El Paso, Texas. A 3-week operation in West Texas led to the recovery of 70 children, according to a release from ICE. The investigation, called Operation Lost Souls, was conducted by Homeland Security Investigation and ran from the end of April through mid May in El Paso, Midland, and Ector. The missing children, many of them who were identified as runaways, ranged from the ages of 10 to 17 years old. Some of the children found were also victims of trafficking and physical and SA, according to ICE. While the majority of the children were found in West Texas, some were also found in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, as well as Colorado and Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. Quote, at the Department of Public Safety, teamwork is one of our core values, close quote, said DPS Major Matthew Mole. He continued, said, we are grateful for all the law enforcement partners who've participated in this operation and work around the clock every day to protect our communities, including our youth. The agency also provided victim services and counseling to the children rescued and their families. If you have information about human trafficking victims or information about these type of criminal activities, please contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 888-373-7888. And this is just, I guess, kind of going back to our old ways. I just thought it was a cool article to see that many children rescued at one time. No one ever talks about it, and that's a lot of people rescued.
It is, and even someone had mentioned in the comments. There's two comments here. Why isn't this a top storyline? Said someone. Another one said, you won't hear a lot about this, only several talking about it. Thank you for speaking up. So that just goes to show that people are not seeing this, and they're glad that it's being talked about because that is rare. That's why we have this podcast in the first place.
Yeah, even when I was looking up this article, I've talked about it before. It's called ground.news. They're a website that basically you can put in any URL on any article and it'll compile all of them relating. And I was shocked how many local and smaller news channels actually had articles about it. Granted, they all went back to one or two, the same one quoting it, but none of those made main page anywhere.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's disappointing.
Weird.
It should be front page news everywhere. It should be getting all the attention.
Nope, we're too obsessed with celebrity divorces and
I don't even get me started. I already talked about this on social media, and that's why I was like, nah, about yesterday. Because that was like on the forefront, you know what I mean? I just think they both fucked up. I think they both fucked up, and I think we got to see it. And imagine if we got to see your relationship petty shit go back and forth for weeks. I'd want millions of dollars too.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's over. Hopefully all the news, all the channels that I watch will stop talking about it. I'm just so
I
over
know.
it.
I wish they'd like highlight more of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, you know,
I think part of that problem
and
is that
actually take the time to like read and like give good news. You know what I mean? Like read what's going on and give good facts and stuff, not just
the press has pretty much locked out of that stuff right now, which is why aren't we making a big deal about that? Like we need to know what's going on in this, but Weird society we live in.
Yeah, until next episode, everybody. Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Banana Cats.
Banana Cats. Much love. Peace.